People of the southeast Nigeria are blessed with a rich culture. On our visit, a welcoming team of elders gathered to present drinks, kola nuts, and other local delicacies. Prayers and chants were offered. We were shown some of the projects villagers say have made a difference in their lives. The people here used to walk long distances to fetch water. Now it's much closer to home. And there are small business operators who say the water scheme has helped reduce overhead costs of doing business. Florence Eke is a 45-year-old mother of 3. Although she became a widow 8 years ago, she is still able to support 2 of her kids in secondary schools with her soap-making business. She said with the free water available to her community, her profit from soap making has increased from 500 naira per week to almost 2,000 naira per week.
We used to buy this water for 20 naira, very far away, but now it's closer to me and free. It helps in my business.
Geraldine Abara is also 45 years old. She has 8 children and is the breadwinner of the family, blending cassava for her neighbors. She works hard for a living, but she says her profits have increased because she no longer has to pay for water.
Before I buy water, a gallon, 50 naira, 60 naira. But now government give us free water. And they use them to wash my cassava and my engine. See, as my engine, they new because of the water. Yeah, they fetch free.
Florence and Geraldine are among the about 20,000 inhabitants of Umawa town, one of the communities that benefited from the MDG's conditional grant scheme with IMO State government. The community leader says it's a great relief.
We trekked long distances, spent reasonable sums of money to fetch water. But since this water is incepted here in this community, a very big relief indeed.
In this Umawa water scheme, the government rehabilitated the borehole, rehabilitated a 40,000 gallon elevated tank, installed a brand new 40 kVA generator, a brand new 10 horsepower pump, and carried out 3 kilometers pipeline reticulation.
Governor of IMO State, Sir Lkedi Ohakim, is recognized nationally as an expert in corporate turnaround and re-engineering. He was glad to commission the CGS projects in his state to mark his first year in office a little over a year ago.
The MDG program is one of the best programs I've ever experienced since coming into office as the governor of the state. The condition is so strict that you get value for every naira invested in. That is the critical thing.
Since 2008, nearly 4 billion naira has been spent by the IMO State government and the MDG's office on providing water and sanitation, medical equipment for 45 primary healthcare centers, equipping 3 technical skill acquisition centers, and providing free insecticide-treated nets, all under the conditional grant scheme here. Benedicta and Miracle are among the students who benefited from the upgrading of this computer skills acquisition center located in Olu, Imo State. Power supply is an intermittent problem, and when we were there, a powerful generator was going at full steam to run the center, almost drowning our interviews.
Since this project, we've been learning a lot. As in, our program is just going. We have every software. Anything we needed to learn, we'll learn it. Because before, we'll be hearing of all this program, like Microsoft Office 2007, but we've not been practicalizing it. But since the existence of this thing, we are now putting it in practice.
I so much thank God for the MDG CGS project that really brought new and modern systems where we can now have a system of our own, personal systems, and so fast, and you can do more than what you never expected to do. because sometimes I even pity those of our predecessors because they never enjoyed what we're enjoying today. It's as if, in fact, when some of them come, they jealous us so much. So we are so grateful for this project.
Before now, what we had here were obsolete computer systems that were extremely virused, but which anyway put to use for the benefit of the students. And since MDG intervened and supplied us with all these new high-tech systems you see here, which we've never seen before, one, the students' enrollment has increased twofold into this department. And secondly, softwares that we were unable to run before, now we very comfortably run, even up to Windows 7.
The progress being made here, especially in IMO State, it's overwhelming and tremendous. Because through the CGS, the federal, the states, and the local government come together to have a partnership and strategy. A strategy of reducing duplication of projects.
The governor says, though, there is still a lot to be done.
The challenges we faced was the challenge of people being disciplined to follow designed program, which was not the issue. But I can tell you with the professionals we have in this government today, people who have both private sector and public sector experience, we are driving the vehicle of MDG, and we are cruising at a very reasonable speed.
At the MDG's office, the states of the Southeast are given attention, and there is a huge demand for more people-focused interventions.
We have visited Abia, we have visited Anambra, we have visited IMO State personally. I've been to those states and I've seen these activities happening on the ground. There is a huge demand for these basic services, and what we are doing is a very small amount of it. We need to increase the scale of resources and activities. And so you'll see people clamoring for it in their own local governments.
The government and people of IMO State are expecting a lot more from the MDG's plan in the future. Governor Ohakim believes a partnership with the MDG's office is the best way to develop his state, and so he scrutinizes the projects himself.
I took it upon myself and dovetailed that project into the governor's office. After incubation, I now took it to the Ministry of Planning. You know, I had to use my microscope as the chief executive and said we must succeed.
Water is flowing now in most parts of IMO State, and more states in the southeastern part of Nigeria are joining hands with the MDG's office to make the conditional grant scheme work for the people in the rural communities. Nigerians are gradually feeling the impact of the MDG interventions. From the southeast to the northwest, the interventions are being initiated and followed up in the march towards 2015.